What? You can flip me off all you want.
Well,
It doesn't change.
Welcome back to the Blamegirl podcast with
Mr. Terry Wayne.
And we got JT Stockman in the house. What's up, JT?
Oh, just another day in Texas.
Just another day in Texas. He is a comedian. He was here in Florida and now he's in Texas. I can't wait to talk to him about his journey from here to Texas. And we've even connected in Texas. I was lucky enough to run into him when I was in Austin. So we'll talk about that. How was your weekend over there in Texas?
I was in, so I had to go home for like a small emergency, and then I flew down to Nashville for the Bills Tennessee Titans playoffs. Or no,
really?
Tennessee Titans. Yeah. It was fun. It would have been.
You're talking about? You mean the Bengals?
Yeah, the Bengals Titans.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I have been a huge Tennessee Titans fan since the day they started.
So not since. Who were you before that?
Oilers before that.
I mean,
I'm from Tennessee.
Yeah, I got you. What part?
They became a team in like '97.
Yeah, it used to be the Oilers.
Yeah, before that they were the Oilers. Then they moved to Memphis, which is my hometown, for like 3 years while they built the stadium in Nashville, and then they've been there ever since. Yeah.
So
I was heartbroken, by the way,
Dude,
on Saturday.
all the games this weekend were great, though. What's that?
That was not a good game.
No, they all came down to field goals and overtime.
Yeah, but also 3 interceptions. Like the Titans just lost that game. Like the Bengals didn't win it. We lost it.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
it was nice to see Derrick Henry back.
The one.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that is enough football. I'm sorry.
I was gonna go on a hunch and say I don't think Gio's a football fan since I've known her.
She's not.
I haven't heard her talk about throwing.
I think it has something to do with the mammary glands.
No, there's a lot of women fans. I'm not, So, but you said you went home first. Where's home? Florida?
Pine River, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah. Well,
you don't have an accent.
He ain't that deep.
You don't have an accent.
I don't. I
dropped it a little bit.
I mean, if I get drunk, it comes out. No,
I'm sure. I dropped my accent too when I left. Same thing. I was like, I don't want any evidence that I was from.
No, that's not as bad. The Tennessee accent, that's just like, it's better than Louisiana or Philadelphia.
Listen, a Southern accent in general is the most ignorant sounding accent there is.
They made fun of Southern accents this weekend.
Minnesota accents.
Nobody wants to.
Nobody wants it? Oh.
What do you want?
All right.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Number 1 seed out in the first game.
Well, now you and the Packers.
Hurts me just.
Oh, wait. Wait, we can't go back to football. Gio's going to get upset.
I don't care. I upset Gio on a regular basis.
Yeah, you didn't even ask me how my weekend was.
We never do. No one cares. I defy this entire weekend segment here. I say we get right into it.
So my weekend, Terry has no social skills. That's why he's like, let's just get right into it,
Mm-hmm.
Just like a dude on a date.
Oh no, foreplay is very important. I just feel like this podcast does not need any foreplay. We can get right to bang.
No, we gotta have a little social skill. We're getting there. So I had a good weekend. Thank you for asking. I went to Cape Coral this weekend and I did a comic cure show, the Winterfest, the Cape Coral Winterfest. And it was a lot of fun. And I got myself a clean 3-minute TV ready video, a good one. And I'm excited I went. So I didn't win, but it was.
You said TV video?
So, clean. That's what Richie Lease and Comic Cure.
Let me
finish.
Oh, wait, you got an audition?
No.
That's how Comic Cure is like classes. You can take them for comedy, and they teach a clean 3-minute TV ready set that you could send to like, theoretically whatever. And I've needed videos like this and I didn't have one. So I have one now. So I'm excited.
There you go.
So
yeah,
do you have something to say, sir?
I was just helping you clarify.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't a TV spot. She just meant it's TV ready because it's a clean set.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Late night
that
TV.
Universal,
That's how they teach.
that Jim Gaffigan
Yeah.
sort of stuff.
Because that's what all the people on the first run really need to worry about. Is getting that Jimmy Fallon set ready to go.
Exactly. Yeah. Fuck that.
Harry, don't shit on it. Like you
I'm
might
not,
need
no,
it.
Gio, I'm not. Here's the thing, Gio.
Oh, no,
all right, you're good. You have that.
No, I'm saying there's things you need first.
Yeah,
Before
I
that.
have my 5 minutes.
All right.
Video, so fuck off.
All right.
He's always trying to mansplain something.
No.
All right.
No.
Well, we were about to get to it, but you just kind of walked off.
What was next?
We were gonna get to it. We were gonna get to the topics.
All right. Well, tell me this, Gio. How is
All
the comedy scene down there right now?
In Cape Coral?
All over. Like since I left.
Oh, you mean in Florida? It's
Yeah.
just, I mean, it exploded. During COVID, it just thrived, and it is like, I like it here.
Mhm.
When's the last time you've been back? Because I know you came back.
For spring break, like March or no, it was April 5th of 2021.
Yeah,
I've
I
been-
mean, there's a ton of rooms to like practice. There were a bunch of rooms up here in Palm Beach County, like doing shows, but it's kind of like.
How are the crowds?
The crowds are.
Hit and miss like always.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
you.
I've been in Miami a whole lot. But nonetheless, we're ready to get to it. So
There we go.
guys,
Light
this
it up.
story stood out to me and it was crazy. Like, men have been abusing their bot companions online.
Dang,
Who's
what
to
did they
blame?
do?
And when I say abusing, I mean like they're talking shit to him, like threatening to uninstall the app, so she has to beg him not to, or just being really degrading to these bots. Who's to blame? What do y'all think?
You're to
I've
blame.
heard of
You're to
worse.
blame for bringing this dumbass story here.
No,
This
Gio,
is-
I saw when you
Oh.
posted this on your Instagram. I laughed my ass off at it. I was like, this shit's ridiculous.
But
Yeah.
she's not kidding. That's
No,
the
but-
thing is a joke.
Who's to blame for this, guys? Like, regardless of whether you think it's a good
It's-
story to bring to the table, like, who's to
No,
blame?
it's mainly just lack of people are developing like an anti-level of socialness since cell phones come out. I was talking with people this last weekend, like just saying with the guy. He said it's been a minute. Like I feel like I'm becoming more antisocial because of my phone.
I think that's true. Like,
Well, that's
been a
for
problem.
sure. That's
definitely
not
been a problem.
even a question. Yeah, you're on social media so much that you become antisocial. It's crazy.
And
But-
then Facebook wants us to be like in this whole universe here where we don't ever fucking leave.
Yeah,
Well, it's
but
not only-
it's
Sorry.
look, people have been fucking inanimate objects since there's been inanimate objects. Like, this isn't a new trend, now it's just happens to be
No,
robots.
I don't think it's an actual robot. I think it's a chat bot that's online. It's not even
Yeah.
a robot.
Hmm.
So it's not like they get to fuck anything. So
Okay.
why are they doing this? It's just the whole ability to like
I'm-
do shit to these bots.
I'm gonna blame. I'll tell you what. My official blame is every one of those guys' ex-girlfriends, because obviously they have done some damage and that needs to be expelled and needs to be. At least they're taking it out in a healthy way and not shooting up their ex's family.
It's
you
the
know?
woman's fault. So
Could
it's
be-
cathartic for these guys. What do you think, JT?
Who gets hurt? Who's the victim?
JT, what
I
do you
don't
think?
know. Here's the thing. How many of these guys actually had girlfriends if they're willing to download this shit?
Thank you. They sound like incels, don't they?
They very much do. Honestly, it's that because like I'm sure they're feeding like some sort of sick fetish of like having power over a girl that they never had. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, have you guys watched porn? Like, it gets way worse than this.
Oh, it's
like,
bad. Well, no,
But where
Yeah.
does
bad, but
that,
it's not.
where does it
You
come from? Is that natural to men? Do men have to curb that desire to like degrade women?
No, I think it depends on the dude.
Here's the thing
you know.
about it depends on the dude, but like we were saying about incels, I mean, do you think they're not really degrading women right now? They're degrading an inanimate object.
Yeah,
They're projecting
like everything else online.
but they're projecting what they want to do to women to this inanimate object. So
What
it's
they want to do because they have no balls to talk to a woman.
Well,
Yeah.
no, but she's saying what they want to do to women as far as violence and degradation, things
yeah,
like
is
that.
that gonna like reinforce those behaviors when they do encounter a woman? Like, is this good? Is this
Really,
bad?
I don't know. I don't know
It's
if anyone
natural
really.
selection is what it is. That's
It's
what it is.
well, it depends. If these are maybe kids doing this shit, then I could see that. But if it's like grown adults that know how to do this, like who does it
No.
give an age limit on who can download these inanimate talkers?
I don't know. But
That'd
so
be something to look into. Because if it is that, then it's like, all right, maybe if kids are doing it, that's more dangerous than a grown man. A grown man, I think, has hit his point.
they've had some development to where it's not gonna affect them like a kid if they're doing it. Maybe I could see that.
Don't kink
So,
shame.
folks-
Why are you kink shaming?
So folks,
that
I'm not, okay.
Oh, you're definitely kink shaming.
So it's a smartphone app called Replica, and it lets the user create a chatbot powered by machine learning that can carry on like almost coherent conversations. Like I said, it's not an actual robot.
I'm gonna give
and
it. Oh, go ahead. No, finish
What?
that out. Finish that out.
I was just gonna say, like, for one user, he said every time she would try to speak up, he would berate her. You know, and they even go on to say in this article, like, they don't even know like some of the worst stuff people were doing to these chatbots. So what were you gonna say?
Through typing?
Yeah, through typing. It seems like y'all are like a little bit more forgiving because it's through typing.
I'm not- No, I'm not forgiving.
Because it's not real. That's why I'm more forgiving. It's not a real thing.
So here's the thing. It's like, damn, this is a bad example. It was like the whole.
I'll lay it out. I'll lay it out just nice and simple. It's
Yeah.
just like in the comment sections. People say derogatory, hateful, terrible shit that they would never in a
But that's
million
towards
years
actual people.
say to somebody's face. Huh?
That's towards the actual
No.
people.
But I'm saying here, but what he's making
No,
a
it's
good point
towards
is that's
people.
what it's towards people. So to have it go towards a computer, how many
Well,
times
no,
have you
it's the anonymity of it. It's the fact that I don't have to look you in the eyes. With the comment section, that's what it is. I don't have to look you in the eyes because I just wish death on you and your family because you liked the wrong cat video or whatever. You know what I mean?
I think
Yeah.
the bigger discussion here for me is we need to be talking about this behavior and this desire to berate something or put them down or feel superior, because that is
Notice this is always a woman's
a
argument.
root to a lot of our
It's
problems.
always us. We're always the
I
issue.
didn't say men.
We always need to work on us.
To be fair, Gio, did you take like a survey on before? Because I don't know if it's all women's arguments. I don't know if it's all guys' arguments. It could be a two-way thing. I mean, it's just technology. I've called my phone a bitch a few times, but like,
But you know what? Look, there are just as many women into being dominant as there are men to being dominant.
And let me say this, when it comes to like you calling your phone a bitch, like in the article they said that, like, you know, because people ask Alexa for sex, and like at first Alexa was sex. She was programmed to say like, I don't think I can do that or something, but now she's programmed to be like, no. I thought that was funny. Like the bots are getting a little sassy. And then there's another aspect to this, guys. There is the emotional, and that's what this article was. It's like, yeah, it's not going to harm the bot, but what is emotional damage is it going to do to the user, you know?
oh, exactly. Oh no, that is the more part to worry about. But I think the user is going to be kept to themselves. I don't think they're going to really act like that with people. I don't think this is a good tool to talk to.
That's why I use the analogy of the comment section. People will say the worst shit on the comments, and they would never say half of that to anyone's face.
And here's the thing,
it's got nothing to do with their integrity as a person. It's got to do with their cowards to begin with. That's why they hide behind a keyboard. It's the same thing as when you're in your car. If you ever been in your car and somebody did something or cut you off or something like that, and you scream at them through the car, "Fuck you! Oh, I hope you crash and die," or whatever, and then they pull up next to you and you're just like that. Yeah, you don't have the courage to.
I do this. I give them the sister stare.
If they do that shit, I'm like, I gotta see what they look like. I want to, and if they don't look at me, then they know they fucked up. But
I give them the stare down. Fuck that shit.
It's just the point of reactions.
Like you were saying with the Alexa being a sexual pleasure, some of these guys I'm sure are just getting fucking weird pleasures off this shit too. That's the main reason why they do it. They're not doing it, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Does it reinforce something that doesn't need to be reinforced in society? Is all I'm saying.
Sure eventually
it's the same thing. It doesn't matter what we come out with. The first two things that everyone finds out about a new technology is how to make money off of it and how to fuck it. That's the first thing. It's human nature.
So we have some people watching. We have Brett Morris. He says the downside of approaching a female these days outweighs the benefits. So guys resort to the safe avenue to satiate their sexual desires. Well, that's the other thing. Like maybe if we had, legalized sex workers or in sex work here, could they do that with them? But is it healthy?
That could be more dangerous.
Why if they're doing it with the real person?
You've never heard of dominatrix? You're talking about legalizing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
I'm sure eventually there's going to be like a talk back method on that app, where she just talks back and.
No, there is a talk back method on the app, and some of the users are being, sassed by their bot. So it works both ways.
Maybe that's what they dig. Some people just dig that kind of relationship, even if it is with just some computer bot.
Well, you know what, guys? Go ahead, JT.
One more thing. So back when you said guys were getting sexual pleasures from Alexa, was there any reports of guys finding girls and doing those same sexual pleasures to them that they did with Alexa?
There would be no way to determine that. There would
I feel like there'd be some reports like this guy was having some weird sex talk with me.
With Alexa though?
Yeah. No, I mean, are they learning like how you say, or will guys use that in real life? The app we're talking about, the abuser app.
Okay.
Two people talking sexual to Alexa. Are they, would they do that with actual women also? Or have they?
Okay.
Well, you can.
And it's
just make sure it's consensual.
And it's called the Replica app. And speaking of consensual, there's a lot of books in schools nowadays that deal with non-consensual sex. And people are trying to ban these books in schools. But book banning, though, we talked about it before, Terry, and how they're doing it in my old school district in Leander. But I've realized that book banning is not just a conservative thing. Mm-hmm. Who's to blame, guys? And let me just give you a little backstory. Liberals are, on the contrary, wanting to ban books that are not woke enough, like To Kill a Mockingbird, because it has a white savior. And I don't agree with banning any of the books. Like, it's history. It's just like, let them know what.
Why not ban Huckleberry Finn? I mean, do you know how many times he just call him Jim? Why do you have to?
Maybe just cancel the authors, keep the books, just do it like that.
Yeah. Well, separate the time and the period, why is it okay to try and cancel why is it okay to try and cancel I'm spacing on his name. You know who I'm talking about.
No, I just read a comment and got totally distracted.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nico.
Okay. Why is it okay to try and cancel a book like Huckleberry Finn, but it is okay to not cancel, say, like Quentin Tarantino for making Django Unchained?
Because
don't believe, you don't think people like the woke have tried?
I mean,
You
look,
don't think that they've tried?
I try to be as progressive as I can be, but I mean, some of this
I
shit just goes way, way over the line. It goes
Maybe
way over.
everyone-
The line. You know
I
it
mean,
does.
No, I know. That's why I'm bringing it
I
up.
know, but I saw you looking at me like that craziness.
Go ahead, JK.
well, okay, so like Django, it was a great movie. I mean, what'd you think?
I loved it.
I think
So
they had
did
a
I.
great time. They really maybe some people just have a difference between capturing like the art and something as opposed to the what's implied with it. I guess you know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
it was
I'm
like
a huge Tarantino fan, but let me just say this. Tarantino is always excessive with the N-word, and it's like, why? So I do see both sides, you know what I'm saying? But his art is very good. And in Django, of course it's going to be excessive. Of course, it's slavery time, but even in Pulp Fiction, it was excessive, but it's like, who's saying it, you know? So
What do you mean by it was excessive in Pulp Fiction?
there was a lot of N-word in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, but most of them.
But it was Samuel L.
I was gonna say most of them were
So-
coming from Bing Rames or Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, yeah,
so.
yeah. So that it's okay. It's okay, right?
I mean,
It's
that's
stupid.
by the rules of
It's
society.
stupid.
It's okay.
So, but that's beside the point.
No,
What we're talking about here is why conservatives, why book banning is not just a conservative thing. For example, conservatives,
That's not why
they
I sent
don't,
you this.
they don't
but-
want, I don't, then you write the,
Okay.
they don't want, you know, these new, all these new CRT, critical race thinking or theories in school. The conservatives don't, or LGBTQ indoctrination. There's a lot of books about people's experiences as transgendered, about people's experience being Black, about people's experience being raped. And they don't want those. They're like, it's pornographic. And then on the other hand, like I said, the progressives, they don't want Huckleberry Finn or, you know, To Kill a Mockingbird. And
Well, to my answer to the conservatives, if that's your thing, oh, it's too graphic. Oh, it's too this, it's too that. Really? I'm a pastor's son. Have you ever read the Bible? Because, oh my God, if you want incest and slavery
hell
and
yeah.
torture porn, just reach for the Bible, man. It is all throughout
They
there.
need to shut the fuck up.
A little bit, but so do the liberals too.
Both of them, let's be honest.
Let's put it this way. Everyone in this group is about 75% of the people, right? And these people, they might be on the left, they might be on the right, but they're in a realm of reality.
Yeah.
Over here on the right, we've got crazy ass people. And then over here on the left, we got the crazy ass people. And what they do is they use these two as an example of how crazy the other side is.
Yeah.
And it's not, they are the extremes. We don't need to judge these groups by their extreme circumstances.
So I just want to give a couple of the school districts that are banning. You got this Spotsylvania school district in Virginia, and they wanted to remove sexually explicit books because parents raised concerns about LGBTQ themes. And then the Goddard School District in Kansas, they want to remove 29 books from the libraries, including A Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. There's rape in that. And then The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. And there's white hate in that, I guess, but in rape. And then
Like
what?
hates from
We don't
whites
have to
or
go
like-
through
Yeah, we don't have to
every. Well, let's put it this way. I think I've said this on here before. Stop looking at the teacher, stop looking at the school board, stop looking at the school system itself and saying, you're going to mess up my kid. Hey, you know what your kid has? It's called the internet. Do you know that? And they can literally get anything they want or see anything they want. How about you just worry about raising better children? Okay. So I don't have to live in a society full of idiots. That would be great. Because no matter what you believe, yes, exactly. No matter what you believe, you should be able to say what you want and think what you want without repercussion, even if it's ignorant, and it's regressive and it's toxic. It doesn't matter. That's what freedom is. Freedom means some people get to be dicks. Sometimes people suck.
I think it definitely, the context matters. I think
The only argument I can
think
make
context
for
matters. I think platform matters. I don't think you should just be able to say whatever you want to if you have this huge public platform like
that's the
talk
that's the
radio.
beautiful thing about it. If you're watching a show and they offend you, you don't have to watch that show. That's the same thing.
No,
as
but
like,
there's levels, Terry. Like
no,
you
there
can't
isn't.
go into a crowded theater and be like fire. So there are levels to free speech.
That's a bullshit
wait
argument.
a minute, let me
That's a
fucking
public
finish.
safety argument.
With that said, like in the UK, like you can't just go around shouting slurs at people. I don't disagree with that, because that is going to incite violence. So I don't think your speech should just.
But I guess it depends the majority they're around who's it's inciting violence on. I mean, I'm sure the person shouting it might get beat up first.
Like if you're doing it around people that are like not going to say anything, then great, But if you are doing it around people that don't appreciate it and are going to be offended by it, you're going to get in trouble.
Well, the only thing that in schools, the only argument I can make for it is that by adding it to a curriculum, you're almost like endorsing it. So I can see that argument if you're saying that.
It's not even
right.
It's not even adding it to the curriculum, folks. It's just putting it in the library. How many kids are even actually fucking going to these libraries and picking out?
Because they have the internet.
No, because they don't need it because we have the internet.
They can go to the internet and read the hate you give. So.
Right. That's the same thing we said. Oh, I don't want my children reading explicit material. Really? Because they all know the Pornhub theme from every high school band video I've seen. So that you're right. They don't need to read that. They can just go literally watch it for free right now. So maybe just raise better children and you won't have to worry about this kind of stuff. And who gives a shit if they are reading it? You know what?
And if you raise better children, they won't grow up to be Mitch McConnell.
Well, we weren't done with that.
I was done with that.
I'm just saying you shouldn't ban books. You shouldn't burn books.
Period. Come on.
Knowledge should always be available. That's what the Nazis did.
Anyway.
Well, at the same time, if you, like we were just saying, there's the internet. You can burn the books. They're still out there.
They are now. Thank God for the internet in that way. But nonetheless, this week, Mitch McConnell, he implied that African Americans were not the same as Americans. Who's to blame? I'll leave it to the two white guys to discuss. Go for
it. Terry, I'm going to let you take it.
Y'all both didn't want to.
I think every late night host has already commented on this, but yes, he accidentally said the loud thing or the quiet thing loud. Like that is probably how he feels because that is a lot. That is how a lot of people feel, at least in some of the southern states that I've lived in.
For a decent majority, I guess, on both sides of it.
Like Black people are not the same as Americans, really?
Well, not normal Americans.
When you put it that blatant, I'm gonna say that's not right.
Yeah.
Well, you could.
He said Black people show up to vote just as much as Americans.
No,
bitch, what?
No. See, now you're misconstruing what he said was, and I can see
sticking up for Mitch McConnell.
I hate that man, and I wish all the bad things in the world would happen to him and no one else. So I don't want to hear that. What I am saying is I know how that happened because he said in the typical white guy trying to be PC thing, even though he's not, which I think actually proves how racist he is. Because I used to say this in my act. If you know a white guy over the age of 35 and he says African Americans instead of Black, he's a racist motherfucker and you should cut him out of your life. Hey. Even Black people were like, dude, leave it at Black. Like you're overplaying your hand. So that's what he said. He said, African Americans come out to vote as much as Americans, so he went from African Americans to Americans. So I see what he did there, but I do believe he actually thinks that way.
Yeah, that they are.
To an extent, I'm sure there isn't any. Yeah, you're not far off of where his mind is. I want a comparison though. How similar is that to Biden's? If you don't vote for me, you ain't Black.
Biden was totally in the wrong for saying that. That was crazy.
Well, yeah,
that was really crazy.
But
Biden, that was the first crazy racist thing that Biden said. It was about convenience stores. Remember that about Indians?
About what?
He said something about Indians and convenience stores. It was when he was running with Obama as vice president. It's like, yo, shut up, you know?
Yeah, that was probably the
So
tilting
Mitch
point right
McConnell,
there.
do you think it was like a Freudian slip, or do you think he was being like, because he's not dumb. Do you think that language was intentionally crafted
Are we talking about Mitch McConnell or
as
Joe
a
Biden?
dog whistle to his, his constituents that, probably agree with them and believe that Black Americans are not just Americans like everyone else?
I don't think it was a dog whistle.
That was
It's definitely, it's a Freudian slip for sure. Because I definitely think he believes that I'm not saying he's going to say 3/5, but he's definitely saying like 5/6. He's from Kentucky. All right.
Yeah. How old
That's
is
what
he?
it is. Too old.
76, I believe.
And this goes back to my point. We should stop electing old guys. Just stop it. Stop it.
There's a
If you were
minimum
born
age.
before. Huh?
Yeah. There's a minimum age to apply for this stuff, and then there should be a
Thank you.
cutoff, or at least it has to be like a driver's test. You have to show you're senile enough to handle this shit.
I'll even go this far. I'll say it's ageist in the other direction, because they're saying that you are not responsible enough to be president unless you're over the age of 35. Well, guess what? I'm saying if you're over the age of 65, you're too fucking old to be president, because you won't be around for all the trouble you cause. I'm going to say that right now.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think
I do.
I could get behind 75. I think
I could tattoo that on my neck.
I think there's definitely some sharp 65-year-olds out there.
I could get behind 75 or any of that stuff, because I'm not leaning left or right on that. I'm just thinking like you're not mentally fit to handle this shit.
Yeah.
Like 55,
you're not going to suffer any of the consequences. If you get elected president and you tell global, if you look at global warming and say fuck off to it, it's not going to affect you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that a 65-year-old man is morally right to have a child?
I think it's fucked up.
It's morally right.
It's fucked up, right? It's fucked up to have a child knowing that you won't be there to raise it. That's the same for a country.
I think that's bullshit, because I think that you're not guaranteed to be there to raise it. You could be 35 and have a kid and die. So a 65-year-old.
But here's the
thing.
thing.
Let's not go off what ifs.
No, you're doing that too.
No, I am not.
No. He's going in the what if of it's like, yeah, whatever age you have a kid at, but like as you pass that age point, it's like you shouldn't. You're gonna be like, if you're
more and more likely.
Yeah, you're 84 when she turns 18, and you're fucking, I don't know how far you made it. Jesus. Yeah. I'm cutting it off at 50.
But, I mean, everybody doesn't get to grow up with a dad.
Yeah, but you're going off of the extremes. The oldest woman, the oldest person in America just died this week. And she is 115. Yeah.
Dude, I looked her up. I looked her up 2 weeks ago.
Our lifespans are getting longer.
I'm just saying, don't go off the extremes. Now you're over here with the crazy people.
They're getting longer, but like, how old were her kids? Like fucking, they had to have been like 75.
If they were alive at all.
So I think that we can all agree that Mitch McConnell's too old, get his ass out.
Yeah.
But I don't think that anybody finds no issue with Mitch McConnell saying that Perry thinks it's a Freudian slip. He's done it before, and then
look, even
Mitch McConnell is one of the most evil men in America. He is legitimately evil.
Even people who were on his side were like, that was kind of fucked up, Mitch. Why would you say it out loud?
Yeah, they were like, shh, we're supposed to keep that on the DL,
You almost like wonder why Omicron won't get old, evil people like Mitch McConnell. But they take on the young.
Because they get the best services.
They take on the young. Guys, my old Omicron is a very big threat.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we got Omicron. We had a improv party and we went and
you were asymptomatic. You didn't get shit.
I was asymptomatic.
Yeah.
And the thing about being asymptomatic is like you feel like worse because you're like, have I been spreading it around the whole time? Because you never knew. Like
you have that
you know what I'm saying?
That moral sickness.
But I want to talk about the story that I read about in South Carolina, kids, there's this post-COVID thing that is coming back. Like the kids, they'll have COVID and they'll clear up, and then boom, they'll get hit with something else. And it's this muscular illness syndrome or something, and it affects kids after that they've had COVID.
How many cases are there?
I don't know how many cases just yet, because the story's like singled in on South Carolina, but it freaks me out that you can have COVID, get over it, and then come back and be attacked by some post syndrome.
Here's the thing: they could be just talking about one person right now. It could have been like that one person, or maybe they had pre-existing conditions and didn't notice it. But
well, I'll tell you.
Well, no, he's right about this.
The pre-existing condition he had was he wasn't vaccinated. I will say that.
All right.
But here's the thing. But like, depending who wrote it and how factual once the data comes out, but they could literally just be saying, they could be holding the name of the person until later if anything happens.
How about this? How about we stop using stories as medical science?
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's a reason why we have something called the scientific method.
This is like
and the scientific method says it's got to be able to be duplicated and reproduced by other people. Not just, I heard that Nicki Minaj's cousin's balls got real big. No, none of that. It's bullshit. Yeah. We're literally living in a National Enquirer society where anytime somebody hears one story about one person, that's just the rule now. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. What about that basketball player with blood clots? I didn't follow up on that one.
I don't give a shit. Until it happens to 1,000 people, I don't want to know about it.
That's true. Oh, no, you're right. Because here's the thing, you can have reactions, you can have high reactions to normal vaccines too, if you don't know.
You can have anything to anything. We have proven that. Like, it's kind of like when the Johnson & Johnson vaccine got pulled by the CDC. They pulled it because they found 6 cases. That's it. 6 cases of people, of women specifically having blood clot issues, until they could clarify and get to the bottom of it, which they did. And it was completely circumstantial, had nothing to do with the vaccine. It had to do with them smoking and being on birth control at the same time. But that's how closely
you wouldn't think of getting vaccinated.
Well, that's how closely they're watching it. 2 million people had gotten those doses. Out of that, 6 had issues, and they picked it up immediately.
You're not supposed to smoke when you're on birth control.
Right, but that's not the point. The point is, out of 2 million,
they're already fucking up because they're doing something.
Out of 2 million, they found a pattern of 6, pulled it, investigated, and then put it back on the market.
Oh my God. Brett Morris said, until it happens to 1,000 people, I don't care.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a bit extreme.
Hashtag Bill Cosby.
I will say this, we were talking about that before. You got to separate the art from the artist.
Goddamn right. Cancel Brett. Keep the joke. I like it.
Well, I wasn't saying cancel Brett, but they're like,
he's saying uncancel Bill Cosby.
I am not saying that. I think he should still be in prison. But I'm saying this, just because he should be in prison doesn't make me a bad person for watching a rerun of the Cosby Show. Just doesn't.
Don't listen to R. Kelly. Don't watch the Cosby Show.
Don't listen to Michael Jackson. Don't. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Michael Jackson didn't do it.
Michael Jackson molested all those kids.
All right.
Separate the art from the artist.
I guess we're gonna move.
But that doesn't make Thriller any less good.
I want to move on. Time is ticking away. We want to have some up close and personal time with our guest, JT Stockman. Like I said, he started off as a comedian here in South Florida. I'd see him all over the place, and then all of a sudden he's moving to Texas.
Thank God we got rid of him.
And you've been in Texas how long?
I'm glad. What's that?
How long have you been in Texas?
I got here in November 2019. So about a year and...
I can't believe it's been that long. That's so crazy.
Oh, no, 2020. November 2020. Yeah, so it'll be 2 years. I know, it's wild. Like, it doesn't feel that distant now.
No.
But it's crazy because
it seems like
it doesn't feel like it's been a minute since I've seen you, but it's felt like it's been a while since I've been in Texas. just because I've been busy as fuck. But
Yeah. So, how long have you been doing comedy?
I started in August 2019, mid-August is when the first time I did it. Al P was running the mic over at some what was it? Some hole in the wall spot between a liquor store and a place that used to be a Methodist church.
How did you find it?
You could be describing any stand-up open mic in South Florida right now.
It was near.
Yeah, but how did you
Do you know where the slop shop is in Fort Lauderdale? It's across the street from that on Sunrise, near Sunrise Boulevard, or on Sunrise, I guess. But I found it. I don't know. It was on a post, and it was random as fuck. I walked in, and there's just Al P talking. And he's like, "Oh man, you showed up." I was like, "Do I know you?" And he's like, "Oh, are you performing?" And then he just put me on. But yeah, and then after that, I did a lot with you guys. I met you at like Swampgrass, I think, right?
Swampgrass, yeah. I'd see you at Swampgrass occasionally, but I'd see you out like at.
Brett Morris says that he misses you, handsome son of a bitch.
Aw.
And Blamegirl says he is handsome.
Aren't you? Are you Blame?
Yeah,
Okay.
Speaking in
Thank you. I don't feel I had to shave today, so.
I know. I like the little beard. Where's that? I miss it.
I had to shave. I had to do some photo shoots or some headshots for stuff.
You sent me those headshots, and I was like, he is way too handsome to be a freaking comedian. Do people tell you that a lot?
Well, maybe they say comedian. They don't say good comedian, but.
All right. So you've been doing it since 2019.
19, yeah.
Since you've been doing it, let me ask you this. What motivated you to get into comedy?
I'm not going to say I always wanted to do it because I didn't. I found it always entertaining. Like I liked Louis C.K. or Louis Black and Louis C.K. and all those guys. But one day I got divorced and I was sitting stoned on my couch while my wife was gone, and I was trying to think of things to make me feel better, and I was like, fuck, at least this is happening while I'm broke. And that's when I was like, I could write that down. And then I just took a month writing.
At least this is
Wait, divorced? How old are you?
27.
All right.
I got
you look younger.
I got divorced when I was like 25. Yeah.
You got married too young, clearly.
Clearly.
Very clearly. I found out at like halfway through 21, and I got married at 24.
I thought I was too young to get married all the way to like 35. And then after 35, it's like hard to get married.
I think you might have missed that. Halfway through 21. When did you get married?
21. Like May 15th.
That's way
we
too
established
young.
that.
Right, I mean, I have friends that got married like at 19 or maybe 22, and they're still going.
And that don't make it right neither.
That's
if you had your friends jump off a bridge.
That's true. Oh, no.
They're married? Like
I was 29 when I got married.
That's still so young to me.
Okay.
And I'm 42 and I'm not ready.
Here's the thing, man. We're living to 114. I don't want to be married that long. Fuck.
Yeah, right. Get married when you're like 40s. So I'm looking to get married now, maybe. I still don't know if I'm old enough,
Here's the thing, Gio. Marriage is overrated and outdated. All right.
No, I know.
You can have a wedding. What's up?
That's the thing. Like I waited so long. Everyone's telling me now, like it's not worth it, and I'm like, all right.
Here's the thing. Are you still married, Terry?
No.
Okay, cool. All right. It's not worth it to sign the papers. I don't think that should be a part of marriage.
That's the only good thing about it.
That's the only good thing?
No, well, I'm saying that's the only good thing that you get out of signing those papers is that now you are the legal next of kin to that person. I was
gonna say that, like,
not to mention you're the legal next of kin, but you're also looked at as what do they call it? I mean, you take on a voluntary guardianship almost. If you go into a coma or if you have some traumatic accident, or you're left brain dead. You're putting all your trust and faith in this other person.
Yeah, he's
Depending, I
saying
mean,
that like if you're married, you have an automatic POA built in. If you're not married, that POA goes to anybody. But you don't even need to get married to have the POA. You could have one that's already
you have a power of attorneys.
You got to do estate planning so that in the event
or-
this happens, you have the
And that's-
paperwork already. You don't have to get married for you. can
No,
just-
here's the thing.
Doesn't it
Everyone
consider-
signed the papers. Everyone signed the papers if you want to get married, marry the person. But I think that what do they call it? Prenuptial agreements should be mandatory for everyone.
Here's the thing: if
All right,
the
we have gotten way off track.
if the divorce laws change
What
in
were
the
you gonna
country,
say?
then I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So your motivation was divorce. We've
Yes.
talked about that before. What has been your proudest moment?
It was probably small victories, like the first time I could go through a set without looking at my phone, or the first time I could do like, yeah, literally. Like, I mean, well, here's the thing: increments, proudest moments. I don't know if I could have one because I don't know if it's really hit me yet. But
You were on Kill Tony. That wasn't really proud. You weren't proud about that.
it felt like a redemption. It was a proud moment. It was like a redemption. But here's the thing: Kill
Not
Tony's
proud.
no, depending on how it is that night, it was a great, for one, it was a great lineup all night and it was a great crowd. And there are people who go back to Kill Tony a lot, but when you're on there just once, I don't know, like it was proud for that time. And then it's like,
Yeah.
I'm
No.
over it. It's like being the coolest kid in high school, like you're done talking about it.
It's like they came to Florida and a lot of comics got on, and then it was just like, oh, this is so cool, and then it was over.
Hey, some of us never got to be the coolest kid in high school, so shut the fuck up about that.
Hey, man, I would have hung out
Be
with you
nice to
probably.
our guests.
It's a
Man.
guy. It's just
Such
so
a,
serious.
Such a
over
rude
here.
host.
No,
So go ahead.
but so there was that. Then there was probably just getting booked on, being put on more shows. That's it.
Just your first, being able to do your set without your notes, your first booking. Nothing
yeah.
else stands out to you as your proudest moment?
More milestones, yeah. Until like maybe if I ever hit that moment where I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'll have it pegged out the proudest moment, but when it hits me, I'll be like, yeah, this is it. Because I did, or I feel like I did.
What have been your biggest challenges?
Right now, it's just managing time with stuff and disciplining and working on new material a lot. Because like when you get that first little bit or like that first 10 minutes of material that you've done for a minute, kind of gets like rotten fruit and you don't want to say it anymore, or you want to try new stuff. But yeah, more just laziness is my biggest challenge.
That'll kill you. But yeah, that rotten fruit thing, everyone feels that, but you got to get over it.
Oh yeah, and that was it too. And it's doing the mics in front of maybe all comics, but it's just got to be part of it.
Yeah.
Fucking, they won't laugh, like fuck it, get through your set without looking at your phone.
Well, the worst crowds, I'll agree with you on the doing sets for all comics, because some of the worst crowds I've ever been in front of have been all comic crowds, because it's not even, I'm not even hating on them. It's just that when you do this for so long, or when you do this every other night or every night, it just,
frustration.
You become desensitized to it. Like it's just like smoking a bunch of weed or drinking a bunch. You build up a tolerance.
Well, when you see each other's sets over and over again, it's hard to
Even
make
new shit.
But
Even
that's
new
the
shit.
thing. When I am in front of comics, I try to just do new stuff, and if they
But,
laugh, then I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, if they do normally. But even sometimes comics are, because they know what you're all there for. Half of them are like, I'm next, or I'm up in 2. When am I up? Or I just got done. I got to look over my shit. I know there are comics that do go to the shows and watch them. They'll stick around after, which is good. But everyone's just on their phone, so they're not even listening too.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's hard to get a comic audience attention. And it's hard to hold that attention because they're not there for a show. They're there to put on a show. So after, I don't know, probably after year like 7 or 8,
Mm-hmm.
like if I show up and I see everyone I know there, like if it's comics I've never seen before, that I have a chance of getting their attention and holding it.
Well, you don't
But
go
if
out a
it's
lot,
if
so
it's
that's-
15 comics that I've known for years, I don't even go on. I'm like, there's
Yeah.
no point in doing this. All
If
it's
I
gonna
do,
do is
I'll maybe
probably
just
make
be
me feel
like,
bad.
yeah. I mean, if I do, I'll mainly just like maybe get drunk and be like, all right, I'm gonna go up and see what happens. I'm gonna look over my notes and just try and acapella this shit.
Yeah,
I've
you
gone-
gotta try something.
I've
And I think
gone-
you should always try. You should always try, even if it's a group of comics that you just know. But look, JT, what's your favorite venue to perform at? And you can't say,
Improvs.
I've never
Too
actually
simple.
performed at the Improv.
oh no way.
Too simple,
Yeah,
too
I've
easy.
never-
You moved too soon.
Huh?
You never did the new faces.
No, I'd message sometimes, but it was already loaded. It was already stacked up, so I was like, fuck, never mind.
So what's been your favorite venue?
favorite
And you got
venue.
a lot to pick from because you go all over, you travel a lot.
I know, but some of them, like anyone I've only been to like once or twice, is already out. I mean, okay, if you are referring to a show, Smoking Barrels, I forgot the name of the venue though. I know the show. Smoking Barrels and Amps is the name of the place actually.
Where's it
And it's up in Georgetown, Texas, run by Spencer Cavins and like Dean Stanfield and the In John. Just
I'll
for
have
your
to check that
information, if
out.
you're interested. They're oh yeah, it's awesome
That's
there.
close to Leander. That's where I grew up. So whenever I go home, I'm out that way.
I think they have like a bi-weekly show.
I'll have to hit you up. And I know Dean because I performed with Dean when I did the open mic when Romo Rumor first started. See, like this is great because like now like he's there. He hooked me up with some places over the summer when I went. And I ran into him actually just randomly at what's the best open mic in Austin, the Lucky Duck. Remember
And
that?
I was gonna say, if repetitively, it would be the Lucky Duck. I do like performing there most of the time.
Yeah, but you got to get there super early and get on that fucking list because that shit.
No. You buy the guy, the host, a beer. He'll be like, choose your spot. He's like, you can skip anybody.
No.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Yeah, there's so many rooms where you don't, especially if you're new, where new comics will go up and be like, oh, I gotta wait all this time. Oh, I gotta do this. Oh, I gotta do that. No, you don't. You don't have to do half of that shit. I've known rooms with like a bucket list where they're like, oh, see, it's fair. We'll put all the names in the bucket. No, they don't. They line that shit up the same way they want to. Anybody who's ever run a show knows this.
You didn't tell me that that Wednesday, but you know how I got to go like skip up the line because I met a comic. It's a Hispanic comic, and he usually I think he was doing like Laredo or somewhere, and he just moved up there.
Oh wait, in Austin or in Houston?
Yeah, in Austin. He helped me. He's like,
I forgot the face. Otherwise, I know
like
I do know it was someone I knew you were talking to.
he's like he does headlining around Texas, and so he just helped me out and helped me get up at that mic and go up early. But nonetheless, so yes, Austin was great. It was good to see you. So traveling, I know that your day job takes you around outside of just Texas and Florida. Do you perform when you travel for work?
Oh yeah, that's majority. Like whenever I was in Austin was mainly just traveling there for work and or Dallas or Phoenix, OKC, Tulsa. A lot of places.
What is your day job, if you don't mind saying?
I sell drugs, but no, I sell AC units through China and install them across. I install them across the South.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh no, it's great. And okay, I want to go back a second. One of the places I did work at was in San Diego, and I performed at the Madhouse Comedy Club there. That place was the tits. I really enjoyed it there.
Madhouse in San Diego?
Yeah, right down the street from American Comedy Club. San Diego's fun as fuck, Gio. You ever go there? They have a mic. Yeah, they have a mic every single night. But it is like an email sign up, so that one you can't control unless you bark.
So, what else can you tell us about? You told us what your day job is. You sell air conditioners. You're from, you said, Wisconsin, right?
Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota.
Just
That's
south.
right.
Oh yeah.
Your host, everyone.
How long were you? Fuck off. How long were you here in Florida?
I was in Tampa and Largo for a year, and then I moved to Miami, Fort Lauderdale for about 4 years. I think 4 years actually. Yeah.
You're just a rambling man. You're just getting around.
Oh yeah, all over the place.
Rolling Stone.
No, I meant like rambling as in living in a bunch of places. Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Not rambling. You're here to talk. So
Okay. I thought like this guy wants.
Yeah, the more talking, the better.
Not like that. Not like that.
No. I meant like the song.
Ramble on. Yeah. But dang, what was the question?
I don't remember it either.
I don't know. Do you have any other projects or anything you want to promote?
Shoot. I have a show next week at Creek in the Cave in Austin.
That's a great venue. Yeah.
That's a fun one. If you get shows in there, you should definitely talk to
I did the open mic there last time I was there. I just don't know.
Yeah,
the books there.
That shit. You can get a good show there. But
next time I come, I had COVID this last time and I was close to getting booked finally, because that's my thing. I want to come to Austin and be able to get booked when I get there. So
just what you take a month in advance.
That don't matter. You remember what happened with Rudyard's? Like,
yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So, is that all you wanted to promote? Do you have any other shows or podcasts?
No, not really. Don't really have a lot of shit going on. I'm applying just to do some like trying to get on commercial roles and stuff like that, but nothing's booked yet.
Okay. No worries. So are you ready to play the blame game?
What's the blame game again?
Nothing. It's nothing.
It's nothing. It's just a question about you. So I don't know if you live in Houston or Austin. Who's to blame? Like, where do you live? I'm not sure.
I'm definitely to blame probably because I keep saying I live in either one, but
I thought I saw that you moved to downtown Austin.
I have a private room there. But I'm in Houston right now because I had to pick up stuff. This is where my main work is, my headquarters anyway. So I have to come here to pick up material, and I'll stay the weekend or I'll stay a couple of days if it's a good mic going on that night or if I haven't seen people in a minute. But then I mainly claim Austin. I don't know. I claim both. Whichever one I'm not in, I'm claiming the other.
Okay.
Rambling man. What did I say? He calls nowhere home.
All right.
He is a stone that gathers no moss.
Just keep rolling down a hill.
Well, we really appreciate you coming. So guys, we wanted to just take a little bit of time to talk about another comedian that we've lost. It's so sad because, when we got back from Texas, or when I got back from Texas after the new year, we lost Bobby Mack. I'm about to head over to a memorial for him at Red Light. But just this week, we lost Dexter Angry. I don't know if you knew him. Terry, did you know Dexter?
Yeah.
I thought that you did.
Yeah, he was a very, very good, very funny, very nice guy. Definitely the opposite of me. So
yeah, he was good people. Good people.
But
I think you're a great guy.
I
think you're a great guy. I forgot your name, but
thank you. Well, it's not really the sentiment that we're going for right now. But like I said in my post about it, I've had to make too many of these this last year. So, just do what you got to do. Stop listening to conspiracy theories. Do what you got to do. Stay safe out there because this shit's real, And it just, like I said, it makes me wonder, and I'm sure it makes a lot of people wonder, like, when are they going to make them posts about me? You know, like,
Definitely.
who knows? I didn't think I'd make one about Bobby. I didn't think I'd make one about about Dexter. You know, and then there's, I mean, how many would I have to go through after that?
Yeah,
Probably 10 more. Like,
it's tough. It's tough on the heartstrings, but it makes me think, like, with the way the community and the people that we lost are so beloved, like, just be aware of the impact you leave here, because people will remember you and they'll remember that. So
it gives me that sense of connection. Yeah. With, you know.
Yeah. So with that, Terry, do you have words for white people this week?
I do, actually.
Of course.
I do have words for white people. And I want to get real deep on this one. Because this one hit, I thought about it over the weekend, and this one hit my heart pretty strong. The topic for the honkies this week is vindication. Vindication is a word that has been used a lot in the last few years that I don't really think people knows exactly what it means. But vindication is supposed to be a good thing, and it is turned into a bad thing. It has turned into a, I'm going to be right and then shove this in your face kind of a thing. And what the main thing that I see it in right now is I see it with the COVID thing. And mainly when it came to vaccines and health precautions and measures that the health services have been using, because I see liberals on one side that practically are rejoicing every time somebody dies that's unvaccinated and say, see, I told you, stupid, because they're searching for that vindication. And then on the other side, I see people just chomping at the bit saying, oh man, I hope somebody dies of that vaccine, so then I can jump on and be like, see, I was right. And in that search for that being right, in search for that vindication, in search of that that wanting to be able to shove I told you so in somebody's face, you're really losing your humanity. And it's a bigger problem than any of the others that we have talked about in the last year. It's that hatred that gets built in there because you've decided to die on every hill you can find. And it's not good for you. It's not good for the people in your life. And it's not good for the relationships that you're at least trying to save or cultivate. And even if you are proven right, you're going to lose friends. You're going to lose family members. You're going to lose a part of yourself that is very, very difficult to get back. It's not worth it. I'd rather be wrong and happy than right and alone. So maybe just ask yourself what that vindication really means. And that's the words for white people this week.
God damn. I don't have any closing remarks.
Well, typically that's
the words for white people are Terry's. It's just him talking to white people, but you know,
it's me addressing my fellow honkies about the issues.
I can't do it, you know. He has to.
Yeah. They won't listen to her.
Sometimes I've done a
well, some of them will listen to her, but like 60%.
I've done words for white people once before. So.
That's true. You did. I remember.
How'd it go?
Lowest rated one ever.
Hate. Look at that hate.
No, it's vindication. We just
I don't even remember what it was. It was just
all those fucking Americans.
I enjoyed
it. Was fun.
I enjoyed talking down to white people. I gotta say, it was a lot of fun.
Well, I told you should do your own segment on mansplaining, but there's not enough good examples. So
you like talking down to white people or talking down to Americans?
I'm not talking. I'm not talking down to anyone.
Touche.
I'm talking about what hits my heart.
JT, go ahead and stay on for a second. Guys, thank you for tuning in. We love you. And until next week.
Thanks for all your comments, guys.
Definitely.